Hey guys, welcome back. This is the part 2 of this tutorial and I'm going to show you how to sew our cutout pattern. The first thing I did was I laid down my skirt pattern. I've pinned down my darts. I've done that for the front and back skirt pattern. So this is what it looks like, and the next I did, I aligned them at the side seam, pin them down. I'm going to take this to my sewing machine and stitch on the seam allowance that we added to the skirt pattern. So right now what I did was measure 1 inch that we added at seam allowance and start stitching. Make sure you create a bite tack at the beginning and at the end of your stitches. After I was done stitching the side seam, I went ahead to stitch, like weave the side seam. So what you see me doing right now, I'm going to measure 2 inches from the hem. Okay, I've measured the 2 inches. That's my hemming allowance. So the next thing I want to do, I want to pass my strap through the side seam. You can see I've created a channel where you'll be able to pass the strap that will create the runch effect. So now I'm going to show you how I shape the side seam look, the runch effect on the other side seam. I'm going to show you guys how I did it. What I actually did was create a channel where the strap will pass through, and after that I went ahead to secure the first strap that we did so that it won't pull out. You secure it at the bottom and at the top as well, so that it won't pull out. So now using your bodice threader, I'm going to pass the strap to the channel that we just created. If you don't have a bodice threader, you can use a safety pin. Please make sure you use any method that works with you as far as you are passing the strap through the channel. So after I was done and I've pulled to create the runch effect, the next thing I did was secure the strap at the waistline of this skirt. I've added the waistband, and this is what the skirt is looking like at this point. What you want to do is take this to your iron table and give it a nice press. This is the front part of the skirt, and this is what it looks like after you pull to create that runch effect at the side of the skirt. Next, I'm going to work on the bodice part of this pattern. As you can see, I've pinned the dart and the sleeve of the pattern, and then I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and sew the dart and the sleeve. After stitching the dart and giving it a nice press, this is what your pattern should look like at this point. I've done that on the main fabric and also on the lining. I also stitched the side seam of the sleeve as well. The next thing you are going to do, you are going to pin the lining to the main fabric like this, and you are going to sew the keyhole that we have on this pattern. So now I've pinned the keyhole, and I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and stitch it. So right now I'm stitching the keyhole. I'm going to stitch on a seam allowance. After I do that, next thing I did was roll the fabric like this and secure the lining of the neckline and the main fabric together like the way you see me doing. So this is how you're going to sew the neckline of the clothes. After you pin down, you're going to take it to your sewing machine and you're going to stitch it. So be careful, remember that you roll the fabric, make sure that your stitches is not catching the fabric that is inside of the rolled fabric that you have underneath the stitch. After I'm done stitching, I give it a nice press, and this is what the top is looking like at the moment. So now the next thing you're going to do, you're going to work on the back part of this top. Setting the front part aside, we are going to work on the back part. The first thing you are going to do, you are going to pin the neckline of the lining and the main fabric together. Then you're going to take it to your sewing machine and stitch it. So this is what we have. Remember to leave that 1 inch seam allowance space. Don't stitch on it. Now I've secured the neckline. The next thing I want to do, I want to sew the side seam to side seam of the top. Now you're going to pick the side seam of the back bodice, place it on the front bodice right side to right side, and stitch on a 1 inch seam allowance. And that's what I'm doing right now. Please just see the way, make sure you follow the step-by-step way on how to sew this particular top. For every design there is a way they sew it. So this particular top, the sewing is a bit complicated, so that's why you see me doing all this stuff that you saw me doing on the video, in the video. After sewing the side seam of the main fabric, you want to go ahead and repeat the same thing for the lining part as well. At this point, this is what the top is looking like. I've pinned the zipper on it, and as you can see, the end part of the top, I left a 1 inch and a 1 inch hem allowance before pinning the zip. So after you are done stitching the zip on the bodies, you are going to use the lining to conceal it on the inside, and also use a lining to conceal it at the hem as well. So right now we are going to fix this zipper first. After fixing the zip, you want to use the lining to finish the hem of the top. And this is what the top is looking like at the moment. I went ahead to give it a nice press, and this is the finished look of the top on the inside, and this is what it looked like on the outside. The next on our list is fixing or is stitching the sleeve on the top. As for the sleeve, we have sewn the side seam. The next thing you want to do, you want to create a channel where you pass your elastic. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've created my channel. I'm going to use the bucket threader to pass this elastic and show you what it looks like before sewing it on the top. After stitching the sleeve, the next thing I did, I took it to the iron table and gave my top a nice press. I did not sew directly on it. I used calico. I placed the calico on the fabric and iron it very well. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumb up, like and share this video, and don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms. Have a nice day and bye.